Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the Sun conjunct the North Node in Synastry. Now, first off, the basic character, which is the Sun, and the qualities of the North Node person is trying to develop can be strongly integrated. This may seem like a destiny connection when you have the Sun conjunct the North Node in Synastry. The life purpose of the Sun individual and the destiny of the North Node person may be very inextricably interwound. The Sun person may put intense focus on the North Node person's future. Um, if the North Node, is in Gemini, say as an example, that future, can be connected, with just simply being versatile, you know, multifaceted. It could be something connected with something associated with the Gemini type career profession, such as data or satellite communications, reporting, um, journalism, or something that requires manual dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics, as some examples. Uh, the thing about the synastry aspect as well is that the Sun person, may be able to direct, the North Node person in terms of their purpose, their mission, what they are set out to do. And the thing about this is as well, the two may feel again destined, to connect. Um, the Sun person can give much drive and motivation to assist the North Node individual in developing the positive attributes that are associated with that placement. Say if the North Node, is in Aquarius, those qualities, that are, as far as the ones that are going to be developed or should be developed, can include being, more altruistic, selfless, considerate, unobtrusive, ingenious, more about just simply being considerate, group-oriented, doing things more, for the collective good of others. Because if someone's got the North Node in Aquarius, naturally they're getting away from the South Node in Leo energy, which is more about the love of self, in contrast to the North Node in Aquarius, which is more the love for humanity. This also, as far as this synastry aspect goes, if this is about if there's any apprehension that exists in this relationship, it can be likely more from the North Node person, because the North Node, is energy that we should be developing, but sometimes it's difficult because we're trying to get away from the South Node energy. So when you have the North Node conjunct Sun and Synastry, the North Node person may have some reluctance in moving forward with the Sun person. I would say, especially if if the North Node person, say, is under the age of 35, because the North Node energy, let's say, is more likely, emphasize and accentuate from age 35 on. You're talking about roughly the second half of life is when those qualities and attributes associated with the North Node are more developed and accentuated and emphasized in the person. Also, too, when you have the synastry aspect, it's about, the thing when you look at this is that, the Sun person can give the North Node person that drive, the confidence for the North Node person, what they're learning to really to move toward what they're learning and aspiring to be. Say if the North Node, say, is in Scorpio, can be just simply being more passionate, probing, resourceful, um, more involved in, shared resources, being able to give and receive moral, emotional, monetary support, uh, being able to transform, understanding things that are complex, because when you have the North Node in Scorpio, naturally you're going away from the South Node in Taurus, which is more about things that are simplistic and basic. Now, the thing about this is, and also the North Node person may be able to help the South Node, the Sun individual, in terms in their life purpose. They may feel that they're destined to do something to help the Sun person. It could be in matters of creativity. These people may feel that there's some, there's some connection that's meant to be, where there's a future or destiny where they may be collaborating on many creative endeavors, and projects together. Again, let's say if the North Node, let's say if the conjunction is in Aquarius, those projects can be, things, creative projects might be something for the environment, that environmental computer, which of course was already invented, but just throwing that out as an example. Something with electronics or astrology as some examples. If the conjunction is in Taurus, it could be something connected, with art or, rocks, geology, architecture, something creative in those, in those branches. Now the thing is, as I've stated in previous videos, in my earlier videos, I talked about how not to isolate any single one astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on that alone, because the person's the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. And the same applies to synastry charts and relationships. And in synastry, you're, in most cases, I would say you're going to have a plethora of aspects between person A and person B. One synastry aspect certainly doesn't make or break a connection, and this one is no exception to it. And the thing about it is, you could have, you could say, for example, let's take, two people that have this aspect in synastry. They have Sun conjunct the North Node in synastry. But let's say, at the same time, you have, another, you have something, say, the South Node, on another person's ascendant, on one of the people in that, in that synastry have, the South Node, and the other, or I should say, the two people in synastry, those same two people have the South Node conjunct the ascendant. The South Node person may actually, be draining, the energy of that ascendant, person, as an example, and make it hard for that person to, for him or her to embark on, new beginnings, or might affect their outlook adversely. And there might be, feeling of, getting away, from most people might feel a need to get away from, from each other, because the South Node is about what we're getting away from. And, the thing is, you have to just look at all, the synastry aspects when you're delineating relationships in astrology. And you have another example could be, let's say the South Node is conjunct the Moon in synastry. That the South Node person might have a detrimental effect on the Moon person's emotional state. So, it just really, you just have to look at all, the synastry, aspects when you're looking at a relationship. But anyway, people, That'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.